Buonasera a tutti, good evening and welcome to the Italian Radio Hour. Io sono Viviana and I would like to welcome back our regular listeners and also welcome any new listeners. Also, be sure to like us on Instagram and Facebook at the Italian Radio Hour or subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch up on any past video interviews. Vorrei dare il benvenuto ai nostri ascoltatori da tutto il mondo. Grazie per essere con noi anche oggi mentre continuiamo il nostro viaggio per l'Italia e la cultura italiana. So I'm very excited to have with us a new guest, young Francesco Rossetti, who is a sommelier for Assisi Vino in Umbria. So today we're going to talk about all the wonderful products that Assisi Vino produces, and also the territory that really has been nicknamed the lung of Italy. Ma prima, pubblicità. Parli italiano? Do you want to learn, improve, or master your Italian? Istituto Mondo Italiano can help. Located in the heart of Regent Square, Mondo Italiano offers small group classes and one-on-one private tutoring to help you learn Italian in no time. Visit us online at www.istitutomondoitaliano.org. Buonasera Francesco, benvenuto al programma.
Buonasera. Good evening, everybody.
So thank you very much for your availability to have this conversation. As for those of you who are tuning in from Pittsburgh, you will have your chance to meet Francesco and the wonderful products he will be bringing in November, but we're going to keep all the details for the end of the program so that you have to stay tuned. Okay, Francesco, so let's talk a little bit about the region of Umbria, il polmone dell'Italia. What can you tell us about this beautiful region?
Umbria region is not so famous like Tuscany, but I think it's super special. It's in the middle of Italy, a very magic place that I really suggest to everybody invite to come to visit us. It's a beautiful region with a lot of beautiful green, and you will find the best food in Italy.
I agree. My experience in Umbria, so we have had different guests who told us about Spello, who told us about Narni. I was in Castelluccio for the lentils to look at the it's like a watercolor in nature of those flowers and so forth. Then a lot of salumi, including Le Palle del Nonno, many others with a very unique names. And so I always felt that it is a jewel. It is really a jewel that has a lot to offer. Olive trees everywhere, wonderful wines, wonderful olive oil, but we'll talk about that later. So Francesco, just also to build a little bit of rapport, tell us a little bit. You are a sommelier, okay? So tell us a little bit how you got to this profession. If someone else, family, or maybe curiosity, passion.
It was just happened. When I was 19, I started to work for a company. They have a wine store here in Assisi, and I started talking with the people about wine, and I realized that I didn't know nothing about wine. So I decided to go in the school of sommelier here in Perugia, that is the capital of the Umbria region, and I had 3 years graduation school of sommelier. It's like 3 level of courses, and so I did for 3 years this school, and I graduated sommelier after 3 years, and so then I became a sommelier and I started to drink wine. But I want to tell you, when you become sommelier, you are just at the beginning of the street, not at the end, because to learn about wine is a world big and never ending. You know, it's like a lot of things, and you have to drink and taste every day to be a good sommelier.
Yes, to refine. So I don't know how long that was that you were in school, okay, so to speak.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea, what are some of the subjects that you have to study to become a sommelier that a person would never imagine that you had to study? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, you start with the history of the wine. That is important, and you have to study a lot of things about how to grow up the grape and how the wine is made. So that's the most important. Then the second part, the second level of the sommelier is the tasting of the wine. So how you can taste a wine, and it's very complicated because there is different parts. You can look at the color of the wine. You can look at you have to try the smell, and you have to try the flavor in your mouth. So the combination of these three things give you have a point of the wine. So you understand which wine you have in front of you. And so imagine for red wine, for example, there are 4 different kind of red. You can have a red wine is red purple, can be red robin, can be red garnet, or red orange. So if you want, without tasting the wine, you just look at the glass and you know which wine you have in front of you.
Okay.
But just see the color.
Okay. So if we were to look at the wine production in Umbria, are there specific wines that are native to Umbria that people should look after, should find and try?
Absolutely, yes. In Umbria region, we have 2 white wines, 2 white grapes, autochthon from the area, Grechetto and Trebbiano Spoletino. They are both local white grapes, and 1 autochthon red grapes that is Sagrantino, that is considered the king of the grape in the area. And the Sagrantino wine is considered the king of the wine in the region.
Okay. Benissimo. So with Assisi Vino, we were talking about the fact that you work with small producers that would never be able to reach the market, or
Exactly.
And so tell us a little more about these producers and how you go about selecting them, because even the selection, I'm sure,
It's,
might be a
it's,
little hard.
it's just tour around the Umbria region, find the small winery, the small family produce wine. And for example, we have one here in Assisi, beautiful family that produce a wonderful Assisi wine, Vecchietto, and also Assisi red wine, Sangiovese. They are 2 women, mom and daughter, under the valley. They made only 900 bottles every year. So impossible to find also in Italy. And we try to bring this wine also for our US friends. So they are great. They make a wonderful wine, but they are not in the market to
Export.
to export. And so my job is try to find these gems around the Umbria region. So just imagine I take.
So this is just, it must be that special sunset that, and the Assisi, the Abbey, that gives
That's
it
nice.
special magic
That's
to
the Cathedral of St. Francis.
Mm-hmm.
and you can see olive trees.
Yeah.
On yeah. And
Yes. So now there was something else that came about. We'll show more about the products, because in addition to the wine selections, you are working with a producer of cheese. Okay.
yeah.
And tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
the cheeses. I'm gonna share some pictures, and I said before, I wish I were in that cave right now.
Yeah. Yeah. They are two brothers. They are two brothers here under the valley of Assisi. They are cheesemakers, and they are fourth generation of cheesemakers. And we had a partnership with these with these people, with this family, and they make wine for us. They make cheese for us, I'm sorry. And they make cheese, and they make wonderful cheese. For example, this is a wonderful cheese aged under the hay. It tastes like a Parmigiano, but is much better because it have much flavor. 2 years in this special ceramic barrel.
Amphoras, kind of.
For us, and under the hay for 2 years, and incredible flavor, incredible tasty. So yeah, I will bring something next November. And we have here some Parmigiano Reggiano Classico. This is Italian Parmigiano Reggiano, but 10 years old. Imagine 120 months aged. So we have 10 years, and it's much different, the flavor. I want to tell you.
I can just imagine. Here is the amphoras again. So we talk about vino, we talk about cheese.
Yeah.
Let's get to another gem. Look at the color of this olive oil. I would want to be next to that bruschetta right there. There's that pane tostato. So this is I believe this is the Quinta Luna, and there is a little bit of a story on the Quinta Luna. Would you like to share that with us?
Yeah, sure. This is a wonderful olive oil made with two special olives from this area, Moraiolo and Lecchino. So it's a blend of two kind of olives. Quinta Luna in English means fifth moon.
Correct.
Yeah. And so this is the first preset of the olive oil. So the first one of the year, and it's super is unfiltered olive oil. So you see the color is not yellow but green, and the flavor is very intense. And this family made this olive oil between Assisi and Spoleto, and they decided to pick the olives in the fifth phase of the moon, because they discovered that if you pick the olives in this phase of the moon, that is in the first week of October,
there is yes, it looks like there is some additional
you will have an olive oil that is more harmonic, more balanced. And in Italy, when we have the first olive oil of the year, we did like a party, and we just eat bread with olive oil. It's like bruschetta,
Yes, you don't need anything else. The olive oil will be the star of the year. So this Quinta Luna, has got some interesting recognitions, correct? Some prizes, premi, riconoscimenti.
Yes, a lot of awards. It was introduced in the list of the top 20 best extra virgin olive oil in the world for many years, and received the three the 3-star of the Gambero Rosso Slow Food, that is one of the most important company, and many times at the Flo Soleil competition received the beautiful ratings of 98 and 99 points of 100, you know.
So actually, as we I have a question regarding these events that you organize. You organize them at Assisi Vino. You have traveled internationally to present some of these products. Sometimes they are intimate affairs. Sometimes might be bigger. Here, I believe you were in Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit. Here you are in action, and so
Yeah.
was some of that proposition? See, do you have a variety of cheeses? And so tell us.
Exactly. Exactly. It was in March 2022. At the end of March 2022, we did these beautiful events for friends we met here in our wine store in Assisi, and we stayed in touch for months and years with these people, and we did this we organized this Italian evening for a day home, and we try to bring the real flavor of Italy there in Miami, and so we bring there the cheeses, 5 different kind of cheeses, like we have pistachio pecorino, we have caciotta cow milk, we have Parmigiano Reggiano, we have the red wine cheese aged under red wine, and we bring 6 different red wines and 2 different white wines to try, and we try to do not just a simple tasting, but a pairing with the perfect food and the perfect wine combination. So that is how they work together. And so, and we bring also the olive oil. We have some artisanal cookies, and it's super, for us, super funny. And it's super nice because these people are very nice to host us in the house. Please.
So I have just one teeny tiny clip. So we just here was another event, I believe, in New York, and let's just hear how you define the balsamic reduction.
You try the cacciatone alone, and then you try the cacciatone with these 2 black sauces called Chanel number 5. Is a balsamic vinegar reduction fixed flavor. And
okay, so that was quite funny. Your Chanel number 5. So like something like this balsamic vinegar reduction figs. What would you pair it with?
Yeah, we pair with the cheeses, but it's perfect also on salad, but also on the meat. But you can also pair it on the ice cream or strawberries. So it's wonderful combination too. And so yeah, a little bit everything, you know.
Yes.
But I don't suggest with pasta, you know.
Oh no. I wouldn't go that far. Now, this idea of bringing food to the people, there is actually a nice story behind it that is associated with an event that happened in Italy a few years ago. Can you tell us a little bit?
It was in 2016, and we just opened our store here in Assisi a few months. It was 1 year, and we are here in Assisi, and a big earthquake arrived in our region, and in Nocia and Amatrice, everything was destroyed, and also the people were very scary to come to visit us in Umbria, and it was, I understand the people, they don't wanna be here because it was a big earthquake and the people are scary. And so we are in Assisi and there is no people. And also we don't have the opportunity to bring our customer here in Assisi again. So we decided to, if the people at the friend can come to visit us, we decided to go to visit
The
them.
Maometto non va alla montagna, la montagna va a Maometto.
Yeah.
Excellent, you know, so considering that there was this major earthquake, and I know exactly, you know, the areas because I was I managed to visit some of the areas, and the destruction was, and it's still, unfortunately, they're still rebuilding. So the idea of bringing your products and some sort of to your customers or people that couldn't get to you. So what you know, couple of last questions. You will be coming to Pittsburgh in November, we said. There is a private dinner, and then there is a dinner at Senti in Lawrenceville if you're in Pittsburgh. Have you already talked about the menu? Do we know already what wines also we will be trying? Can we spoil, or is it still hush-hush?
I don't like to spoil too much, but
Don't tell us everything.
no, I don't. But we have a great selection of wines. We find a wonderful wines from Umbria region that is super nice. And we will bring also the olive oil at the Senti restaurant. We will try 4 kind of different olive oil. So we will have also a wonderful tasting of the olive oil and also the balsamic vinegar, 30 years old, reserve of family.
That's so, like liquid gold. And
gold.
People don't realize, you know, how precious, like a drop of that. So if people would love to enjoy your products, like myself and many others, they can visit the website I just brought up, but I'm going to spell it in case people are just listening to our interview. And it's Stelvietti, STELVIETTI.com. So people just go there and they choose
and they can choose what they want. Yes. And so, you know, for the first order they will have free shipping to you from Italy, so directly from
It's a great that's actually great savings. So one last question, and then I know you're very busy, so I want to let you go. In your opinion, what is the best time to come to Umbria? And
in my opinion,
planning itinerary, what are some of the must-seen or must-do experiences that you would recommend?
I really suggest to come in Umbria in May because it's a wonderful month. It's not too hot and it's not cold, so it's perfect time, perfect weather. And in Assisi, in the first week of May every year, we have a festival called Calendi Maggio. That is a medieval revocation, and you can see a lot of beautiful people dressed like 500 years ago, and a lot of music from 500 years ago. It's very mystic place that I really suggest to visit in May. Assisi and a small town around Assisi like Spello, and also you can go to visit Trevi, Spoleto, that is actually bigger than Assisi, and Orvieto. Beautiful. They are all beautiful towns.
And we had also guests from Nani. So these medieval reenactments seems to be very special event. And I'm just picking up a couple of pictures from the internet, and it's just you see people passed on this tradition or
it's a tradition
from generation to generation. Have you ever
Exactly.
dressed up yourself? Have you ever participated?
Yeah, I participated, and actually with some of our friends that were to visit me last year here in Assisi, I rented a dress for them, and they were a part of the Calend Maggio. That is an incredible experience, a unique experience that you can do only in Assisi, and is incredible nice.
Okay. Well, Francesco, I can't wait to meet you in person in less than 2 months. In the meanwhile, keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job educating people all over the world about the wonderful products produced by your region. And again, giving space to the small producers that otherwise will be just Umbria's best kept secrets.
Yeah.
Well, with this, our time is up. Il Big Ben ha detto stop. It is time for us to say arrivederci e alla prossima. We want to thank you for tuning in into the program. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have any topics you would like us to address, please contact us at theitalianradiohour@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And remember, if you or any of your family and friends have missed a prior episode or would like to listen to this episode again, please visit our website at www.istitutomondoitaliano.org and click on the Italian Radio Hour tab. You can also subscribe to the Italian Radio Hour on YouTube or where you catch your favorite podcasts. I would like to thank our guest, Francesco Rossetti, our sponsor, Istituto Mondo Italiano. E until next time, alla prossima. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.